Hey guys, Kevin Rogers, Bobby Garland TV. It's May 19th. I'm on my home lake of Truman Lake here in Missouri. I have not been on my home lake since December, and there's a couple reasons for that. One, I'm fishing crappie tournaments. I have to go where the tournaments are. There haven't been any major tournaments on Truman Lake. There usually isn't until June, because Truman is an amazing summertime crappie lake. So I've been in Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, chasing crappie all over the country, and I haven't been here. Second reason is I don't just fish when I'm fishing tournaments, I fish for fun as well. Second reason, this lake has been flooded out of control, like most of the Midwest, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Kansas, Texas, Illinois. It's flooded bad. Alabama, it's just been flooded real bad. And this lake came up 20 feet in 9 days in April, and then came right back down 15 feet, went up 10 feet, went back down, and then about 2 weeks ago it has came up 22 feet above normal pool, and it has just jacked these fish up. Here it is, May 19th. Fish are supposed to be spawning. Some were trying to spawn in early April, and then they dropped the water out. They were up they were up shallow, and who knows what happened to those fish. I still think there's some fish spawning here, but I'll show you. Hopefully I came here today to prove to myself I could catch fish in this high water. Some tournaments, local tournaments that have been happening here. Usually a good tournament weight. We weigh in 7 crappie for our tournament. On the crappie tournaments, a good weight here on Truman Lake's 10 pounds, 10 plus a pound for 7 crappie. The last tournament was here, took 5 some pounds. Some of the best jig fishermen, some of the best Truman Lake fishermen on planet Earth fished here a week and a half ago and could not catch 6 pounds of crappie on 7 fish. That's not very good fishing. That tournament, you weren't able to use live bait. You weren't able to use your electronics. I'm not going to use live bait today. I don't even have minnows with me. I wish I'd never have to use a minnow again, but I'm going to use my Bobby Garland baits. I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to find and show you how to catch some crappie in springtime flooded lakes when the water's really high. Like I said, it's 20 foot above normal pool right now. In the summertime on our lake, if it floods and the water's warm, the fish will actually go to the green the vegetation behind us. I just see this. See how bad flooded Truman Lake is right now. It's up in all the green. Up in that green. And in the summertime when the water's warm, those fish will actually go live in that green. Right now I don't think they're there. I don't think they're up there yet. So right along, let's see if we can't catch some fish. I brought my trolling stuff. I hope I don't use it. I'm gonna stand up with one pole and one jig, put my Bobby Garland baits to work, see if I can't catch some of these crappie here at Truman Lake. Right along. Didn't have enough lift. That fish was 20 foot down. Ooh, I actually hit him on a limb on the way up, gave him a little bump on his nose. He gonna be all right though. Downsized, kept getting hit in there, missing him, and so I downsized to the minnow miner instead of that 3-inch slab sailor. Let's let him go. I get yelled at for throwing the fish back nicely, and I take heed of that. And listen, I'm gonna try to release my fish a little bit nicer because I want them to release. Everyone likes eating crappie. I like catching crappie a lot more than I do eating them. So I want them to live and grow up and be a giant. Let's go back down in that tree. Look like there's about 5 in that tree. Wow, it was deep. Whew. Oh yeah, here. I can't believe I got him in the boat. That's 20 foot down. Fun stuff. This morning I started using black and pink with a chartreuse head, and I missed my first 3 fish. That's kind of a telltale sign, guys. If you listen to it and pay attention to what the fish are telling you, they were telling me they didn't want to eat it. My first drop with bone white and chartreuse with an orange head, completely different than black and pink with chartreuse head. First drop, the fish had all the way down her throat. Sometimes color does matter. That's why we make over 80 colors, right? and you got to listen to what the fish are telling you. I like having 8 identical rods set up with 8 different colors on, just because of that, until I can find what they're biting. And when they're biting one color and you're in the boat with someone who's catching them on that color, put that color on. Don't be the guy that's so hard-headed he's not going to use what his buddy's using. Gold and white, they are eating it down to the crunchers down their throat. See, I got my rod racks on here. My dad and my uncle fished this week while I was at work. I have a full-time job. This is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job and a big family. Those guys are semi-retired, and they got to go out, and they caught them trolling this week. I was hoping I didn't have to do that. It's a little windy. I'm not even going to try it. Anytime I can hold this rod in my hand, feel the thump, that's how I'm going to fish. So I got lucky though that those guys pre-fish, and I get to talk to them, or pre-fish, they get to fish during the week. I get to talk to them and they tell me what the pattern is. They found these fish this deep, knowing that they were on the old creek channel. So it helped me out. Oh! Golly, that's like a big one. Gosh, dang it. Oh. Typical tree fishing there. If you're fishing this many trees, you set the hook and you come up. A lot of times the fish's head or body will hit a limb and strip the jig out of his mouth. That happens a bunch. If you're going to fish in these woolly trees, you just got to know that you're going to miss some. Getting coming up, jig getting hooked in a limb, you know, jig coming up, hooking in that limb, or more importantly, or more often than not, the fish's head will hit that, and you'll keep pulling up, and that limb stops that fish, and the jig's ripped right out of his mouth. That happens. Black species. I don't know where them big ones are at. They're eluding me. I saw that fish jump about 3 feet. It looked like a kangaroo to come get that one. Little black crappie. ... Black species. But they're still eating that white chartreuse. I'm not even seeing the big ones on the screen. Bitty guy. Little bitty. Holy mackerel. I have not seen a big crappie yet. But this is better than sitting at home on the couch. Downside from the big one to the minnow minder. Still beats sitting at home. Jig was getting worn out. I had been hung up and caught so many fish, the hook started flexing out. That's why I kept missing them. Just get rid of that jig, throw it in the trash, tie on a new one. I always tie a Palomar knot. Double up the line. I double up the line, twist it, stick it through that hole, make an overhand, just an overhand knot. Cinch her down. You have the tag in, and you have this big loop. All you do is open up that loop, stick that jig right back through that loop, find the tag in, cinch her down. Strong, strong. Palomar. Strongest knot there is. Alright, send it. Bye. Deep! Deep, deep, deep! Holy mackerel, they're deep! crazy. I haven't caught any giants yet. You can see how deep I'm fishing. I mean, that fish is, golly, post spawn. It's deep. That fish was 21 foot down. That's because it's flooded. That's where he was a month ago, and he just didn't come up with the high water. I'm sure there's fish up in these flooded bushes. I haven't heard of anyone catching them up there, but you know there's got to be some. But a lot of the fish, and that's a pattern. Our pattern today, flooded lake, came up springtime, hard to catch. No one's really catching them. Fish where they were before the lake came up, and that's all I'm doing. I'm fishing out here and fishing deeper water. I better be somebody with a fishing report. And today, guys, one pole jig fishing. Used my 10-foot rod with a little bitty mini reel. For those deep fish, I had to go to a spinning reel because they were so far down I couldn't raise them up. Something I'm not used to. I actually missed a couple fish because the bail would fly open on me when I'd set the hook, because I wasn't used to putting it over here, making sure it was set right here in the retriever, and it was in the middle of the bail to fly open on me. But definitely the color for choice, hands down, whether it was the minnow minder or the 3-inch slap slayer, was that bone white chartreuse, tied directly to the jig. I don't do a loop knot, I don't do monofilament or fluorocarbon leader. I tie directly to the jig. I want to feel everything that's going on. No better way to do it than tie directly to the line there. So pretty simple, old school, one pole vertical jigging, power fishing, if you will. Just fishing the timber. Caught some suspended, looking at the live scope, out just suspended. Most of them were next to the timber. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Starting to warm up a little bit. We're fishing the backs of the creeks out of the current. The lake's so high, they got all gates open. All 5 gates down there at the dam at Warsaw here on Truman Lake, and they are pulling it. And you stop out there on that main lake, a little bit of current, no big deal. You stop in there and your jig's at the end of the boat. It's too much. So let me show you where we're catching these fish at on my mapping system here. Like I said, too much current. They're dropping the heck out of the lake. I'll clean my locator off here. Try to give you a idea where we're fishing at. Brighten that up so we can see together. Main river channel out here. You can see I'm fishing in the creeks. It's windy. I know you probably can't even hear me. I wanted to show you where I'm catching these fish. Flooded lake. They're still out here in the hedge trees, the boat arc trees, the real woolly trees. You say, where do I go fish trees if I've never fished trees before? Right there. Something that looks like it is exactly where you want to go fish. I just sat here and caught 6. This is still some smaller than big ones. 6 out of that one hedge tree. You find those hedge trees on your lake. If you have a lake that has boat art, hedge trees, or Osage orange, they're all 3 of the same tree species. Crappie are living in them, I guarantee it. All right, windy. We're gonna go get out of the wind, catch some more fish. I took a little time, brought my trolling rods. Not even gonna use them. I spent time, got my trolling racks out of the way. That was a pain fishing around them. So we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna try to get out of this wind so we can videotape a little better. The fishing here on Truman Lake has been absolutely horrible this spring, and that's apparent by the amount of boats I've seen today, which is 0. I'd say I'm fishing probably the most popular spot on the whole Grand River. A lot of crappie caught in this area, a lot of big crappie. I haven't seen another boat. It is 1:37 in the middle of May, and I have not seen another boat on Truman Lake. That tells you they're not biting good. So I had that preconceived notion that I may not catch a fish before I even got here, but I've ended up catching. I've kept 30 crappie already. I've caught over 30. Now, not all those were keepers. I know that I have 17 over 10 inches long, but I'm not catching those giants. Those giants are far and few between. They're hard to catch right now. I don't know where they're at. There's so much flooded stuff. They could be anywhere. But I've found mine. Like I said, the pattern I'm using, I'm fishing super deep, 24 foot down. The deepest I've caught one today is 26 foot down. It was actually a keeper crappie. If you think about that the lake is 20 foot high, that fish was only 6 foot off of the, or 6 foot deep on the original bank. So I'm finding the original banks, trying to find, fish them. I'm fishing the visible timber that you can see, and I'm picking off some fish. It's definite. I started with 8 different rods today, and I had 8 different colors on. I tried black and pink first. The second rod I grabbed was white and chartreuse, that bone white and chartreuse 3-inch slab slayer, and I haven't changed it. It's now 138. Every single fish I've caught's been on that. So unless they quit biting, I don't ever change. So keep on fishing. I mean, still catching small fish is, to me, is still better than sitting at home on the couch. I was going to put a screen door on today. Ah, horrible. Don't do that. Go fishing. At least I'm catching crappie. It's a lot better than I thought I was good. I thought I might get skunked, but I'm not. I'm finding a few, and this beats putting on a screen door. Wind still blowing real bad out on the main lake. Don't want to be out there anyway. They're pulling so much current. Snuck in here, fishing some cedar trees. These are actual cedar trees, look like Christmas trees. And one way to fish those things: straight in and straight out, or you will get hung. There's so many limbs. They can be a great post-spawn tree for sure. Probably seem to love them right after the spawn. Hey guys, today we caught our crappie on the original bank line, and where the crappie were before the lake came up. That's the number one tip we can give you is, especially in springtime, not all the fish will come up shallow. If it keeps raising and up and down, the fish will stay put until it's stable and they know they can go up to that shallow water. So we were fishing anywhere from, geez, I think we caught crappie 16 foot down to 25 foot down today on that original bank line. So we're fishing anywhere from 32 to 29 feet of water. Oh, jeez. Different spot, same story. Sun's come out, bright. Little big black crappie. Grow up, baby. Sun's come out bright, switched to a whitehead bluegrass. I mean, bluegrass, black and pink, pennyback, lights out. Some of my favorite colors. June bug, one of my favorite colors. Switch spots here. I'm fishing stuff underneath the water. Same result, but still beats being at home doing honeydews. Oh, same size, probably even smaller. How is he getting that 3-inch bait? Look at that. Look at the size of that crappie. Everyone's afraid to throw. Look at that. Don't be afraid of them big lures, especially if you're fishing deep. Big lead head, get down there deeper. The only way we were successful today was fishing out deep on the old channel, the old bank, right? The bank was here before it came up. You know, here's land and here's the bank. We're trying to fish within 10 feet of that, where those fish should have been spawning here a month ago before this lake came up crazy 22 foot high. That's where we found our fish, in and around that stuff, and out on some flats in 30 foot of water where it would have been 10 to 12 foot deep at normal. So there's your good tip. If your lake comes up in the springtime and you can't find them up shallow, go back out to where that old bank line was before the lake flooded, and maybe you'll catch more fish. Good fishing.